going on, you outdoor mavericks? Welcome back to the channel. In today's trout fishing tips video, I'm going to go through the top 5 summer trout fishing scents. So when it comes to summer trout fishing, there's a couple key factors that will allow you to understand which scents that you need to use in specific summertime conditions. So firstly, in the summertime, it's warm, which means that the fish are going to be a little bit deeper. Secondly, with less rain in the summertime, you should have the water on the downfall and it should be really clear. Thirdly, any snowmelt from the mountains is going to change certain conditions in rivers and creeks, but also is going to open up opportunities for high mountain lake trout fishing. And understanding conditions is critical for picking which scent might be the best to use when it comes to trout fishing. So starting with the number 5 trout fishing scent for summer trout fishing is going to be salmon and trout eggs. Now I love salmon and trout eggs because they are very versatile and they are a great bait to use on any body of water. And when it comes to salmon eggs, there's one thing in particular that I really like, which is the creativity and being able to use different scents of salmon eggs. So what I got here is 2 different versions from Potski. One is a fire egg and one is their regular egg that they sell in batches and tons. Now each one of these has a different scent and flavor profile that the trout might like in different conditions. And this is where salmon eggs becomes a really good scent chasing trout because you have so much versatility, different sizes, different styles, but also different scent profiles. You can go with something a little bit hotter, something a little bit sweeter, or something that's more neutral in the middle to go after the trout. And that's why I love salmon eggs, is because you can have different varieties that you can throw at the trout to see what they might like on different bodies of water. Now, one thing to remember in the summertime is to make sure you wash your hands really good, or that sandwich that you're gonna have for lunch is gonna taste really fishy. Now, my number 4 scent is gonna be anise. Now, I would consider anise an underrated scent when it comes to summer trout fishing. It's not something that anglers in particular think of first. First off, you can mix anise with other scents to make a really good summer trout fishing combo scent. But just fishing anise scent on its own is really good and really effective too. Now when I'm fishing with anise scent in the early morning time, right as the water is starting to warm up and that sun is hitting the water, that's the perfect time to use anise scent in the morning time. And then in the evening time, I like it a couple hours before the sun is setting, when maybe there's some shade and shadows on different parts of the water that you're fishing. It's gonna allow that water to cool down just a little bit, and the anise I think works perfectly during that time frame. Now I love to take anise scent gel from Procure and add that to salmon eggs or power bait or worms or other baits that I'm using. It seems like adding that to other baits can be a really good, effective way to get the scent that the trout want. But last year, Berkley also came out with the anise seed scented power bait for the first time. And I think that this is a great addition to your summer arsenal of baits and scents to use. So if you're looking for a scent that not a lot of other anglers are using, switch to the anise and go with this and see how you do. Because I think once you start going to the anise, I think you're gonna start catching a lot more fish. Now my number 3 summer trout fishing scent is gonna be corn. Now when it comes to chasing trout, trout absolutely love corn. It's one of the best bait scents to use at all times of the year. However, in the summertime, I like it as the number 3 for a couple reasons. Firstly, it's a great early morning scent bait to go with. But secondly, I love corn because it works on a lot of different bodies of water, whether you're talking small ponds, you're talking flowing creeks, maybe some slow moving river current, on big lakes and reservoirs. Corn works in all kinds of water conditions. And I think in off-water conditions, corn is a great bait to go with, but also in super clear conditions in deep water, corn is a great bait scent as well. And if you're in a place with stock trout or maybe has some leftover stock trout from the early springtime, corn is a must that you need to have because the hatchery food is all corn based. So you're gonna have some of those held over fish and they're gonna still be looking for corn. So get the corn scented bait ready and get ready for some big hookups. So my number 2 summer trout fishing scent is gonna be Nightcrawler scent. So I've heard some commentary in the past that Nightcrawler isn't a scent. Well, Procure and Yakima Bait have a spray scent for rooster tails that's garlic nightcrawler. And the nightcrawler in particular, the emphasis on this is because this scent works. In the summertime, nightcrawlers is one of the best, if not the best bait to go after trout. It's a natural bait for the trout. It's something they eat a ton of, and it's something that they will go after and find from a long distance. So if you're looking for something to maybe bolster up a bait or add some scent to a bait that's very scentless, think about adding some nightcrawler scent, especially this rooster tail spray from Yakima Bait Company and Procure. As anglers, we can also get in the habit of just going with the scent that's on the bait that's already there and casting it out or plunking with it and expecting that that's gonna work. But if you add in spray scents, especially Nightcrawler, you can change the dimension and the scent of the bait you're using, and you're gonna be able to get more trout on more bodies of water. And I'm a big proponent of the Nightcrawler scent, whether adding it to Nightcrawlers themselves or spraying a little of this on power bait, on some salmon eggs. It adds a little bit of a different scent profile, and it's something that I think that the trout really, really love. So when you're trout fishing in the summer, add some Nightcrawler scent. I think you're gonna be surprised as to how many additional trout you're gonna catch with this scent on your bait. And my #1 scent for summer trout fishing is gonna be garlic. Now the reason that I love garlic for summer trout fishing is, one, garlic is super stinky, and in the hot weather, that stink in the water can attract trout from a long distance. Secondly, garlic fishes well in all bodies of water in all kinds of conditions, whether it's low and clear, high and clear, the water's off color, the water might be flowing a little bit more. Garlic is just a great scent that the trout love. But when you get to those hot days in the summertime, garlic I think stands out the most in the water. And when you get those warmer water conditions in the summertime, the garlic scent is amplified in the water from the warmer water, but also the water warming up in the morning once that sun hits the water. And you've got garlic bait out there, that scent I think amplifies and can attract trout from farther distances, and you can get more bites than the anglers next to you. And of all the scents that you can use in the summertime, I think garlic gives the most consistent bite day in and day out, no matter what the conditions. But when that water really starts to warm up and the weather starts to be super warm, you gotta go with garlic, because it's gonna be your #1 ticket to an epic summer of trout fishing. And then one bonus bait that didn't make the top 5, but I really like a lot, is cheese scent. And just like garlic, cheese scent is really stinky. And in the water, in those warmer water conditions, that cheese stink can amplify, and I think you can get a lot of good trout bites with cheese. Now, cheese isn't my go-to or the first bait that I take out when I hit the water. However, if it's a slow day, I will definitely grab some cheese, because I think that sometimes going with something different, like I've talked about on the channel before, and by going with something different that maybe a lot of other anglers aren't going with, you're gonna stand out and you're gonna be able to maybe get a trout or two that you weren't gonna get on those other scents. So give cheese a try. It's a bonus one that I think is a really good summer trout fishing scent. All right, guys, and that's my top 5 summer trout fishing scents. I hope you guys got some tips and information out of today's video to help you guys when you hit the water next time summer trout fishing to get an extra couple bites and land a couple of extra trout, maybe even a couple of summer lunkers with these 5 scents and the bonus cheese scent that I really like. As always, guys, hit the thumbs up on the video, subscribe if you guys love trout fishing tips, and other outdoor content, and don't forget, and as always, you guys, the outdoors is a gift, share it with others.